Hello, everyone. Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. I am here to help inspire you creatively. Ooh, can't talk tonight. And I appreciate you being involved in the card making process that we're going to experience tonight by giving me your feedback. So, welcome, welcome. We're super casual here. My name is Susan. This is my stamp room. You can call me Susan. You can call me Sue. It doesn't matter. You might be watching me on my YouTube channel, Sue Stampfield YouTube channel, or you might be over on Facebook, either in my Facebook page, Susan Campfield Independent Demonstrator Facebook page, or maybe in my community over there, the Sue Stampfield group. Anyone is welcome to join that group. We hang out, we talk paper crafting and food and everything else. Welcome, everyone. So just a little recap on what we're doing tonight. We are going to be creating a card from scratch. So I don't have everything cut and ready to go because I actually don't know what you guys are going to vote for us to proceed with. So this one, usually I have part of it done, but oh, and I realized I don't even have my other camera hooked up. Well, let's just get that taken care of so you can see my desktop. In the last video, which actually took place in New Orleans, I was there for the Stampin' Up! Leadership Conference, and I shared some swap cards with you. And I asked you in the video which of them, I'm looking for my right thing here, which of them you wanted me to show you how to make. And I got several votes, and the majority were for one card. So we're going to do that one tonight. Sorry, I'm being distracted here by hooking up the other camera so that you can see everything on my desk. Let's get that hooked in. Hopefully not too much on my desk because it's messy as usual. I missed you guys. It seems like it's been a long time since we gathered here. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'm so good that we're together again. So the last video, I was in New Orleans. I pre-recorded it really short because we were about to go for our final night party. So I shared, I think maybe 5 or 6 swap cards that I had received. And one of the cards that I received in the swap was this card where the feet on this witch, they dance, they move, right? So cards that move are really fun. And a lot of you asked, how do we make this? This is also a fun fold card. So it actually opens up like that. And so we can recreate this card, or we can do one that is similar but a little different. And I'm going to tell you why I'm thinking we might want to go that route. But we'll do what you guys want to do. So I'm excited that we're going to be creating together. So again, super casual, grab a beverage, relax. We're just going to take, it does, Janine says, it does all the things. It does all the things. So we're just going to relax. We're going to wiggle legs. Yeah, wiggle legs, wiggle legs. We're going to do some creating. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to flip the camera around. Oh, by the way, almost forgot. Did you guys get your email today? If you subscribe to the Sue Stampfield weekly project sheets, I send you inspiration in your email box, in your inbox, several times during the month. If you subscribe, if you're not subscribed, you might want to check it out. SueStampfield.com, click on subscribe. One just went this afternoon. I did the fun fold card that we did in the, well, not the last video, but the one before last with the Splendid Day paper, and had multiple versions in there for you to check out. And then we had another project sheet in there. It's one of my favorite kind of go-to quickie layouts with the Wonderful World card, which is last chance to get that because celebration is almost done. Oh, you know what? I'm going to remove that banner because it might get in our way. So hello from Iowa. Hi, Chris. How are you? Welcome, everyone. So good to see you. Let's go ahead and flip cameras and we'll go down to my stamping desk. Yay, stamping desk. Oh, I got little, Oh my God, things poking in. All right, so this was the card that most people asked for instructions on, particularly on the legs, but it's also a really, it's a fun fold. Now there is a couple different ways that you can do this fold. This card was made by Connie Ingram. I did not, there was no creator marking on the card, but one of my friends from the convention or from the conference happened to get a picture of, she had a picture of how she did the mechanism behind here. And the gal that took the picture actually got her name tag in the picture too. So I'm able to give her credit, which I always want to do, right? So she used the Bewitching stamp set, which is right here. And this stamp set is bundled with a punch, and the punch punches out the witch's hat. However, the legs don't have a punch, like they are just stamped. So she would have fussy cut out the legs here, and she would have done this on all the swap cards that she made. So so just I wanted to make sure you knew that. So this is a Bewitching card that I did for the last Crafternoon, the July Crafternoon. This is the vertical bendy pop out card. Well, we called it the bendy pop out fun fold card. It wiggles. This one wiggles another way, right? Like this way, without the feet wiggling. So if we want to make this card, we are going to need to fussy cut out the legs. Okay, so wanted to make sure everyone knew that. Now we have another option here. We could actually do it with the gnomes and use the gnome dies. And the gnome dies have dies that cut out the gnome legs. And we could have our little gnome legs swinging without having to do any fussy cutting. So I need you to tell me if you want to do the witch version or if we should make a gnome version. So let me know. How do swaps work? So Janine, at Stampin' Up! Events, demonstrator events, this one again was a leadership conference. We have our on stage coming up in November, and that one is open to any active demonstrator, and people make cards, and they can do one design, they can do a bunch of different designs, they make as many as they want to get cards in return. They bring them to the event and they trade cards with other people. So that's really all there is to it. And it's pretty straightforward. So I'm getting some votes coming through here, and I am seeing, let's do gnomes. Let's see, which gnomes, which gnomes, which gnomes. Let's see what the gnome legs look like. What do the gnome legs look like? Well, that's a good question. Let's see, here's the gnome legs. Let's grab some gnome legs. So the gnome legs are here. This is one of the this is the freestanding fun fold card from the Crafternoon in June, I believe. No, May. Might have been May. I think it was May. I don't know. No, it was June, wasn't it? Oh, I don't remember. You guys probably know better. So, yeah, you could totally do that with local stampers, Janine. I know some non-demonstrators that organize swaps by mail. So, gnome, witch, gnome, witch, gnome, witch, gnome, witch. Oh, it's pretty even, you guys. All right, I think we're evenly divided, but there might be a few more for voting for the witch. So let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm going to fussy cut. Yay! Let me grab a block here. I literally didn't have anything ready because I didn't know. Oh, that looks too small to know which way to go. My blocks are dirty, you guys. Oh, I should always clean them before I put them away, but you know what? I rarely do. All right. Let's grab a scrap of white here. Now, this is a really solid stamp, so it can be a little tricky to get a really solid inking on this. A couple ways around that. You can use your Stamparatus. That way you can close it down, press, lift it up. If it's not dark enough, you can keep doing it until you're happy with the results. Another way is you can kind of cheat and fill in with a the basic black Stampin' Blend marker. I am holding the stamp down to the paper to let it transfer in the hopes I get a little bit darker. That's actually not too bad. And then we're going to take the hat. Let's see. Oh, which hat do I want to use? I'll use the same one that Connie used. And let's grab that. And move this up. Alright, good and inky. This one I'm going to be punching out. So again, I'm going to press firmly. And again, I like to hold it to the paper for the count of 1, 2, 3. Now there's several, oh, that's pretty good. There's several different hats in here. You can do this one and color it with the cobweb. This one is kind of more your classic and just color the buckle. This one has lots of coloring opportunities. So, all right. Fussy cutting time. All right. So I'm going to take my snips here and I'm just going to roughly cut out these legs. Now, she used a mechanism to do this, and the mechanism she used is actually a die. And what's interesting to me is that it is a die from, sorry, can you guys see that? Do you need to see me fussy cut? Do you care? Because it might be easier if I take it off camera, so let me know. Anyway, she used a die to form the mechanism, and it's interesting to me because there was another card that a couple of you asked for instructions on how to make it. And we'll do that in a future video here. And that one actually has this, the die. It doesn't use that same die, but it's the same die set. So does that make you curious? Let's go back up here. The hardest part is the little curly boot toes. But you know what? If you're making just a couple of these cards, you know, it's not that bad to fussy cut. You do, when you're fussy cutting, you do want to turn the cardstock and the scissors, and then you'll get a smoother line. So I'm going to go right up here, and I'm actually going to I think she actually cut the legs completely apart. I'm going to, hopefully that's not wrong, but that's what I'm guessing she did, because there's definitely space all the way through here. And I'll just piece them back together. Get around that buckle. You would color it and then cut it. So what I find with I'm going to be coloring this with the Stampin' Blends, and I actually like the ink to dry fully before I use my Stampin' Blends. I actually like the image to sit for about 20 minutes. It's not going to take me 20 minutes to cut these out. Gosh, I hope not. This will be the longest video ever, right? But this is going to give that ink time to dry. So that's in case you're wondering why I didn't cut it out or color it before I cut it out. That was my reasoning there. Sometimes the ink will bleed if it's not completely dry and set up. There we go. So tell me in the comments, our last video, this video where I shared the swap cards, I asked you all to grab an envelope and write a name on the envelope and put a stamp on it. And then I asked you to think of somebody. The name was somebody that you think, someone you're grateful for, or someone that you think really could appreciate a paper hug in the mail right now. So I'm curious. I gave you until next Saturday to pop a card in the mail to the person you put on that envelope. And I'm just curious if any of you are taking that little challenge. You certainly don't have to, but one of the beautiful things about card making is that we get to not only enjoy the relaxing activity of making cards, but then we get to share it with others, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just cut this so that I can get my hat in the punch. So the hat is easy to punch out because I just put it in the punch, right? I'm going to just line that up, make sure I have it straight. The punch has a band so that I could do a colorful band. If I didn't want to color this band, I could actually do one in a solid color and also get some stars and 3 stars in there as well. So let's set that aside. You sent out 2 letters to 2 different pen pals, and you've got some more to reply to. So you would, yeah. You might be right, Judy. There is a tool, machine, I think, that you can have it cut it out for you, and that might be what she did. I'm going to sneeze, you guys. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, dear. Am I going to sneeze? I'm going to grab a scrap paper here. All right. So maybe I'm not going to sneeze, or maybe it's just waiting until the most inconvenient time, and then the sneeze will come, right? Doesn't that make you crazy? Okay, so let's grab some ink colors here. I'm going to use pumpkin pie on the hat brim and on the buckle. This is the, dark Stampin' Blend pumpkin pie here. We're just going to color in that buckle. Pretty easy to color. It's just straight up one color, no shading required. With the hat band, though, you can do a little bit of shading. So I'm coloring in the darker color here. I'm not coloring very neatly. There we go. And then I'm going to go back in and add some darker. Oh, I squeaky. Sorry, you guys. Add a little darker on the outside edges. And this bottom edge. I'm going to kind of leave the middle area on that middle section a little bit lighter, so it kind of has a little bit of shading there. Oops, before I put the cap on this, I'm going to go ahead and color some polka dots. I am copying Connie's card exactly so far, but it is going to end up looking quite different because I am going to use different designer paper than she did because I don't have the one she used. All right, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and get a different set of Stampin' Blends here. So let's see, what color do I want to use? What do I use on this one? Oh, I used the Granny Apple Green. That's really cute. I think we might need to do that. Let's go with some Granny Apple Green. Let's see. I think that might be the color she used too. Let's see. This is the light. I think that's okay. We'll stick with the light. So here in Minnesota right now, we're having our Minnesota State Fair. Any of you go to your local state fair? I haven't gone yet. My husband and son went while I was gone, but I am hoping to go. We actually live, we don't live really very close to the fair, but we do live close to a park and ride that goes to the fair. Gail has had 2 cards to mail, 2 birthday cards mail, and she got them done. Awesome. Yeah, I love using purple on Halloween projects too, Lynn. I agree with you. I'm going to make that green a little darker. I'm going with the darker granny apple green. Maybe that's too dark, but I'm going to give it a go here. All right, so let's go to, let's see, let's go with the dark Highland Heather. Let's see what that looks like. I might have used Orchid on this last one. There we go. And the one right up here. There we go. And then Connie used a yellow on her version here. So I'm not sure which yellow she used. I'm going to try the dark Daffodil Delight and see what that looks like. All right, and then we need to put some stripes on our little witch's legs here for the tights. Granny apple green there. Now you could also use regular markers to color this. You could use colored pencils, the watercolor pencils, lots of options. Which one is this? Yep, that's the same one. Let me just drop that on the ground. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we've got our witch parts colored. And now we need to start cutting our cardstock, and we're going to have to figure out a designer paper that's going to work with our design, because I do not have the 2 that she used. So actually I might have this one, come to think of it. So all right, so let's cut this piece, and then we're going to do the mechanism, and I'll show you how that works. So let me see what I need to cut here. Grab my handy dandy ruler, because you probably want to know the dimensions, and I sure need to know them if I'm going to cut the paper. It's 2.5 inches by 4 inches for the white, which means the layer is probably 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So let me cut those. I'm going to just cut it off camera here on my large cutter, if that's okay. So we've got 4 1/4. No, we've got 4. By 2.5, I believe. Is that right? Let's see if that's right. Yay, that's right. And I do really like that little spider. Dang, that's cute. Let's do the spider just like Connie did. And I'll grab a block for this one. Hello from Nana. It's 2 a.m. in the UK. Thank you for joining us. And late night for you, or early morning. Ohio State Fair. That's a big fair, I think. So yeah. Oh yeah, there are county fairs too. They do have a category for cards at yours. You're going to skip the fair, Kathy, this year. Apparently our state fair is having a banner year because, as I said, our house is across the highway from a park and ride. It's a church that people can park at and take the shuttle bus to the fair. And the parking lot has been filling up very early in the day. And so guess where, and people aren't allowed to park on the street over there. So guess where they come? They come over to our street and they park on our little cul-de-sac. which is fine. We don't have an issue with that. Oh, look how cute that little spider is. Oh my goodness. Dang, adorable, right? All right, so let's talk mechanism. Okay, you know what, you guys? I made a boo-boo here. Can you see that? Ugh, it's bugging me. Fortunately, with the Stampin' Blends, we have a fix for that. We have the color lifter. And so the color lifter is a marker with clear fluid, and you just scribble it over your boo-boo and just keep adding the color lifting fluid over it, and it lifts the color right out till it goes away. I could probably go a little bit more. It's lightened up a lot though, so that is way, way, way better. All right, that looks pretty good to me. Sorry, that was bugging me. Is that bugging anyone else? Because I'm so picky, you guys. Okay, that looks so much better. All right, so we've got our witch's hat. We've got our witch's feet. And so our goal is to make the feet swing. So she used a set of dies. Where are they, Sue? Oh, here they are. I talked to myself, by the way, in case you haven't watched before. She used the candy cane dies, believe it or not, to make these legs work for the swinging mechanism. And the die that she used, okay, wait, I'm zoomed up. I gotta go out. Sorry about that. So these are the candy cane dies. It comes with this really cool diagonal stripe background for cards. Comes with two different candy canes. There's a matching paper to this that you can die cut out the candy canes in the paper, or you can stamp and die cut the candy canes with the matching set. And then there's these couple of leaves. And then there's this die. This die is the die that she used to make the legs move, believe it or not. And this die is actually to be a candy cane holder. Now, I don't have a candy cane, but just to show you, I die cut one out of red cardstock and I had a pencil. What a great teacher gift this would make. You could decorate this cardstock here and give that to a teacher or a student. So that is, but it's made to hold a candy cane. That's the idea. But this is the piece that she used to make the legs. So let me show you how she did it. So she cut one. This is what it looks like when it's die cut, and I hope you don't mind. I already die cut one. So that's what it looks like if you don't adjust it at all. She actually cut off the sides. Like so. And then this now is going to make two different mechanisms. You cut it in half. So I already cut this one in half. So I have half of it. And I don't even need all of this. I can cut it down smaller. And then she just went in and kind of cut out a little rectangle shape in the middle. Like so. All right, and then we're going to attach one leg to each of these little tabs. We're going to put a mini dimensional in this hole, and that's how the legs are going to swing. Nice for place settings. Oh, that's an idea, Judy. Yeah, to put candy cane in here and put it at each person's place, and you could write their name on it. That's a really fun idea. And I'm sure there's probably other things that you could put in there, like if you were doing it for Thanksgiving, you could maybe put cinnamon stick in there or something. So let me actually just take it off of the white so you can see it a little better. So we're going to go ahead and attach the legs to this mechanism, because the legs themselves don't actually move. It's the mechanism that does. So what do I want to use? I'm just going to use, I can either use multi-purpose liquid glue or I could use glue dots. I'm just going to go ahead and use the liquid glue. Dot is a lot, a lake is a mistake, a thin line is just fine. So funny. All right, so we're just going to attach. Put your left foot in and shake it all about. Is that how it goes, the hokey pokey? Put your right leg on. So we got our left leg on, our right leg on. We got our witch's feet here. And I'm going to let that dry for a second. Got a little carried away with my glue. So I really don't want any sticky here. If you do get some extra sticky from your glue, you could take your embossing buddy and kind of tap it and get that powder on there. That powder will remove any sticky. I think we're going to be okay here. I don't think I got it too bad. And then this is going to go on here. And the legs themselves are not going to be adhered down at all. Just this little hole is going to be stuck down. So it is so clever. Shout out to Connie Ingram for coming up with this super clever design. So I'm going to put a little mini dimensional right there, and it's just going to hang on that, and now it's going to be able to move once I attach the hat. So here is our little hat. We don't want to put it too high, or you can see that mechanism. We want to cover up the mechanism. I'm going a little bit lower than Connie did, but I think that's still okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add dimensionals now to the back of the hat. You can see when you use the Stampin' Blends, they do soak right through the paper, and that's what is supposed to happen. That is completely normal. Don't freak out if you see that. So I'm going to put one big dimensional there, and then I'm going to put a couple mini dimensionals here. And I want the mini dimensionals high enough that they're not going to interfere with the swinging of the legs. So I'm going to put them there. Let's take a little peek here and see. Connie actually put them down by the brim. So I guess we can get away with putting two on the outside edges of the brim. So let's do that. Way out here. All right. And let's go ahead and remove the backing, but probably the most important backing piece that we want to remember to remove is the, oopsie, is the one on here. Okay, so let's peel that off. And pop on my little hat. Let's see if our legs will swing here. My legs are not swinging. Hang on. Hold the phone. Okay, so can you see what happened? My swinging mechanism got stuck onto a dimensional, which made it not swing. So that was a mistake. It actually got stuck on two dimensionals. So I'm going to peel this off so we can fix our boo-boo, and you know what not to do. So you want to leave, let's take these off. You want to leave this inner portion, which is where that swinging mechanism is going to be. You want to leave that blank. So you can put a mini down here on next to the brim and one at the top, but you don't want anything in there. So like I said, we're learning this one together. We're figuring it out, right? Let's try it again, you guys. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to put the hat on. Hopefully I got it high enough up. I can already tell that they're moving. So now my legs will swing. Yay! Success! So cute. So that's how she did it. I'm going to just do a little recap for you here. So I'm going to show the pieces. And I think this one is definitely going to need a project sheet. What do you guys think? I love making project sheets. I love using project sheets because then I can print it out or pull it up on my computer and look at it while I'm making the project. So again, we're going to cut that down. We go in here and we kind of cut out a little rectangle out of the center. So got the three pieces here that I can put in the tutorial then for you to see. So we've got the full one, the sides cut off, and then you can make two out of that. Does that make sense? So cute, right? So cute. All right, so I'm going to show you So those candy canes, this is the bridge fold card that a couple of you also asked for me to do and show you how to make in a future video. It folds flat to go in an envelope, and then the recipient can stand it up for display. So we'll definitely cover that in another video. These are the same dies. You can see how you can cut out the candy canes right from the paper, or you can stamp them and cut them out. And then these are the leaves. That's what those leaf dies were for, but this is the same die set. But I was playing because I wanted to see if this would work with the gnome. And guess what? It does. So I did try it with the gnome. So here's what the witch looks like. And here's what it looks like with the gnome, a little dancing gnome there. Whee! He's really rocking out. So you could do it with either one. And you know what? I bet we could, if we got creative, I bet we could think of some other things that we could do. Yeah, I wouldn't have come up with it either, Jennifer. Would a brad work? That is a good question. The hole is, if you use this die, no, because the hole's big. But maybe if you just used a piece of paper with a brad, it's just brads don't swing quite this freely. These, because that hole is so big and the mini dimensional is so little, they really swing pretty well, don't they? And that's just because there's a lot of room, and so it doesn't hook up. So fun. Party gnome, party witch. It's a dance party. Reminds me of New Orleans. We had our final party. We had so much fun dancing up a storm on the dance floor. Before that, Stampin' Up! I brought a marching band into our party. They gave us feather boas, masks, little parasols, and a whole bunch of Mardi Gras beads, and had us, all 500 of us, follow the marching band down the escalator out onto Canal Street. And if you've ever been to New Orleans, Canal Street is the big, huge main drag. And they had the police blocking off all of Canal Street and we followed the band down to the French Quarter and had our own Stampin' Up! Parade all the way through the French Quarter with all these tourists visiting New Orleans, taking video of us, and we were throwing them beads, and it was the craziest thing I think I've ever done in my life, but it was so cool. So super, super fun. So yeah, a flamingo. Oh, wouldn't that be fun, Janine? What a great idea. So I'm thinking there might be some animals. I'm gonna have to look and see what we have, what other things would work with this, but these two are pretty cute. Now, I did make this piece a little bit wider for the gnome, and I think I probably could make it a little bit skinnier. I don't know that it matters, but all right, should we try to finish this card out? Because I wanted to show you, I have been receiving, it's my 25th anniversary. As many of you know, if you get my newsletter, you know that I'm offering a little gift back to everybody. If you place a $100 order with me, I give you $20 in free product just this month, just to help me celebrate my 25th year as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. But my Stampfield Stars, these are people who have purchased the starter kit to be demonstrators, and they become part of my Stampfield Stars family. And I'm their guide, and they get a discount on everything they purchase. Some of them like to do videos like I do, but most of them just enjoy that discount. They've been showering me with cards, you guys, and so I pulled out just a few tonight to share with you. So I want to show you those two, but we got to finish our card. So this card, there's a couple ways to make it. She made it the way that I think of as a little more complex. So I think I might do it a little simpler method, but this is certainly one way to do it. So what she did is she did a half sheet of cardstock here, and then she actually took the paper trimmer and cut out that upper section. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is, and that one uses less paper, so it depends, on your preference there. The other way to do it is actually to cut this panel separate and attach it at the back of this. And that's the way that I'm going to try it, so that I can show you both options that way, right? Plus, I'm a lazy stamper, if you haven't figured that out. If there's an easier way to do something, I'm going to do it. All right, so I have some basic black cardstock here. Oh, let's see. I've got a paper trimmer downstairs. That doesn't help me. Oh, look, I've got another one here. I have been working on the August tutorial bundle for the horizontal version of the pop-out bendy card. The tutorial's coming, you guys. It got delayed because of my trip to New Orleans, and I've been working on it, but I'm still recovering from the trip. So bear with me. It is coming. If you qualified for the class last month, you'll be getting it for free. If you're a Stampfield Stars team member, of course, you always get it for free. And will be available to purchase for anyone that was not able to take part in the class and wants those cards. So I get a little carried away with that one. Usually I do 5 cards. This time I did 7, which was real fun until I get to like, oh yeah, now I have to write tutorials for all those. Oops. So again, your patience is very much appreciated, and it will be worth the wait, I promise. So let's say, oh, I like that. Janine says, I'm not lazy, I'm efficient. Okay, I like that. That sounds so much better. Thank you, Janine. All right, so we have this piece is 2 3/4, and I'm going to cut it at 8 1/2. So 2 3/4. Again, I'm making it a slightly different way because I'm an efficient stamper. I'm efficient with my time today. All right, we're going to go to 8 1/2. And I'm going to score it. And I will recap these sizes and realize I'm doing this rather quickly. So I'll get them all cut, and then we'll just do a little recap here. Scoring that. All right, so this is going to fold around the front like so, and that's the piece that'll open. Does that make sense? And flip this around like so, and then we're going to do a layer on our card here. So one moment. I'll be darned if I remember what size that was. This piece right here was hang on. Where did my little ruler go, you guys? I just had it. And, well, it wouldn't be a Sue Stampfield video if I didn't lose something during the video. It's okay. I got my cool wood one here. Reminds me of my elementary school days, right? So I am measuring this piece was 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, right? Okay, yes. All right. We got this, you guys. We got this. 2 3/4 right there. And for this piece that wraps around the back, you know what? I'm just going to cut it down. In fact, I probably could have cut that front piece right off of there, but I'm going to cut that down to, let's just do like a 1/2 inch here. All right. So I'm going to attach this to here, and that's the little door that swings open. Okay. But I didn't really need it to go all the way across the back, so I'm just going to do that piece there. All right, let's see what we got here. And we'll put our card together. So we're going to need some Designer Series paper, I do believe. All right, let's attach our wedge. And there we go. Okay, so we've got our witch on the layer. We've got the little legs swinging around. Our gnome is just dancing away over here. All right, I think before I put this door on, I want to put a panel on the back here. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Hang on, bear with me. Hold the phone. I got to grab some paper for us. Let's see here. Trying to find where I put the paper I want. Talk amongst yourselves. Ah, here it is. All right. So we're going to use this paper. And we've got some fun stars there. We've got a fun stripe. We've got a diamond pattern. Here's a chevron one. And then a different stripe. All right. Let's see what we think, guys. All right, so here's our witch. Stars are pretty cute. Stripes are fun. All right. I'm going to experiment and see what you guys think. The chevron one looks like it's moving. That might be too much with the moving legs, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut this down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. All right. Let's lay it out and see what we think here. This is going to go across here. We're going to have a designer paper on here as well. We have our little witch hanging there. Not sure if I like that. Hold on. Try the stars. This is where we get in trouble because Susan gets really picky. But might as well play around and see what you like best, right? Is it midnight yet? We haven't even been an hour yet. We're good. Try to keep it to an hour. All right. I like that a little bit better. The stars on the other side are black stars on white, which I think would be a little too busy. And let's see here. We can do these right here. I think we'll do that on the bottom portion. So this was 4 1/4 by 2 3/4 before that score line. And don't worry, I will go over the measurements one more time. I'm just going to get everything cut and we'll do a little recap here, okay? But if you would like a PDF project sheet of this project, you'll want to go to SueStampfield.com and click on subscribe. And that will come out in the next free project sheet. All right, so I'm going to stick this on here. So let's do a little recap of our measurements. So this piece is 4 3/4, and I scored it at 4 1/4, and it's 2 3/4 wide. The designer paper I'm putting on it is 2 1/2 by 4. Then we have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of designer series paper. I'm going to pop that on there. Okay, and then we're just going to put some adhesive right here. I'm going to go ahead. Ooh, do I have my tear and tape? Is it downstairs? Oh, I do. Some tear and tape right here. Just want to use a little stronger adhesive because this door is going to be kind of, this part of the card is going to be swinging open. So I'm going to lay this on here and adhere that down. Okay, so that's going to swing open like that. Now you might be wondering, where do we sign the cards? You've been making cards all day, Peggy. You can just relax and watch. Oh, wait, we got a wild bow winging in from various parts of the desk unknown here. So I'm just creasing that so that sits a little bit flatter. So what Connie did is she attached another panel inside, and that's where you can write your message, which is a really clever idea because this card doesn't allow you to write on the inside if you use a darker paper like we've done here. So we're going to go ahead and just put adhesive on the lower portion of this panel. This panel, one more time, was, what was this panel? I'm going to guess. And I'm like, don't guess, Susan, just get the ruler. 2 3/4 by 4 for the black piece. And then the white piece is 2.5 by, the white piece is 2.5 by 4. The black piece is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I only put sticky at the bottom of that panel because I want the upper part to stay mobile so that it can swing open here. Okay, little feet, so cute. And then we're going to cut another piece here that's going to be the same size. Now you can see I didn't have my witch centered exactly. You can see from the back, but what I did is I centered it on the stripes. So it's up to you if you wanted to center it in the middle. That's fine. And maybe that would have been a better way to go, but I didn't. So there we go. So this piece is going to be 2.5 by 4 to go on the inside. And I think we'll use some of that really pretty sparkly washi tape because we can, right? So we're going to go 2.5 by 4. I'm going to double check, make sure that's correct. Yay, it is. We're going to grab, let's see, and where do we think I put the, found it. All right, which color should we use? So when you order this glitter washi tape in the mini catalog, you get all 4 colors. So we could use 2. I mean, I guess orange and black would be very traditional Halloween, or should we go non-traditional with purple and green? So you guys let me know what you think would be cuter, orange and black or purple and green. I don't think there's going to be a wrong choice there. And I am wondering if do I have a Halloween sentiment somewhere? I'm sure I do. I think I'll go with the Best Witches stamp set here. And we're going to say Best Witches on the inside. Purple, green, purple, green, purple, green. You guys like your bright and happy colors, don't you? This works for me. That sounds awesome. All right, we're going to go purple, green. Let's go Best Witches. Boy, that looks really not straight to me. Let's try that again, Sue. I think that's better. I don't trust it, so I'm gonna try it on my grid paper here and see if I got it straight. All right, I love this grid paper. Line up the top of my block. Okay, yeah, that is just fine. Best Witches. I think we ought to throw that little spider dude back in here, just like Connie Ingram did when she made this cute swap card. Thank you so much, Connie, for sharing your creativity with all of us. All right, let's put this aside. And it looks like purple and green was the hands down winner. So sparkly, right? Now all I have to do is find the end. Oh, there it is. All right, so we're just going to put a little fun sparkly bits on here If I actually laid it on the grid paper, that'd be a good way to get it straight, wouldn't it? And it sort of rips eerily. It tears very, very, very easy. No need to grab the scissors unless you want to. All right, but I am going to grab the scissors to trim that extra bit off. So I'll just flip it around here, give it a little trim. And I will see if before we meet again, if I can get this gnome card finished. If I don't get it finished before we meet again, because I've got a lot of Crafternoon tutorials to work on, I will have it done and put it in that project sheet so that you can see it. Let's open our card up here and pop that on the inside. So just enough room to write our wishes. If you wanted more room, you could squish those together a little tighter. But there are our swinging witch legs. And here is the unfinished gnome. He's ready to go on a card with his happy feet. And then here is Connie Ingram's original version of the card. So super fun. Thank you, everyone. I do have a really quick, I'm going to show you a few more creative inspirations here that hopefully will, oh, you know what we forgot to do? She added a little gemstone on the end of the hat. So we totally could do that. Let's grab some rhinestones. And we're going to grab our Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blend. And we're going to color a rhinestone here, custom color one. These blends work great for making your own custom colored embellishments. And we will pop that onto the tip of the cap. And then I'm going to show you, I think Jennifer Walsh is on here, and I'm going to show you this absolutely gorgeous card she sent me. Jennifer's on my team, and she sent me the just most beautiful card. All right, so there we have our little witch with her dancing party feet. I'm going to slide my gem up a little bit so it doesn't fall off. Okay, there we go. All right, let's put that aside. So Jennifer sent me this adorable card here. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love these dies. We were talking about these dies last time, and I couldn't remember the name. And I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the name. And you know what? I don't remember them again. They were in the spring catalog. They carried into this one. There are all sorts of different shapes of hexagons, and I don't remember. So, oh, you are so welcome, Linda. I'm so glad that we got to do that together. Thanks for all your help and your votes. I think we made a cute card. So this is from Jennifer. So you can see she used the whole designer paper to make the card. So you can see both patterns on the inside, and then she has a strip here with the other side of the paper with a little piece of cardstock. So beautiful card from Jennifer. And then this one is from Carol Smith, also another team member. She used that adorable Scotty dog and even gave him a little eyeball. Super cute. And this is an older stamp set. She used the sentiment stamps, which are actually 25 years old. And I do remember these from the catalog when I first joined Stampin' Up. There's actually a couple demonstrators a couple people on my team that sent me cards using stamp sets back from 1997, which is when I joined. So how cool is that? So thoughtful. This one is from Joanne Peterson. Joanne fussy cut out one of the flowers from the Wonderful World paper. That's the celebration that's about to end. Today's the 30th, so tomorrow's August 31st, the last day of celebration and the last day of my anniversary party. It's been a good ride. She used the Simply Scoring tool to make these lines. How cool is that? Just very elegant, just kind of a clean and simple, beautiful card from Joanne. And then this one is a fancy fun fold. This one is from, Jennifer said her card is, let's go back to her card, that it's 4 inches by 12 inches. And then it's scored at 5.5 and then scored again at 11. And so this piece actually just folds backwards. How clever is that? Ooh, I think we're gonna have to do that for a video. Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks for giving us the measurements. This beautiful card is a triple easel card. It's from, is it triple or quadruple? Oh my goodness. Look how fun this is. This is from my team member. I think it's from Kelly, isn't it? Yep, this is from my team member, Kelly Burkhart. She organized the dinner with my Silver Elite and above leaders, and they took me out to a fancy dinner, and we had sparkling wine in a wine bucket and a huge bouquet of flowers, and then they gave me this massive bowl of amazing cards that team members had showered me with, which was so fun. So this is the triple easel fold with, of course, the Hues of Happiness designer series paper from Kelly. And is that the last one I grabbed? Oh, no, we got two more. Two more if you guys have time. This cute one is from Joanne Pollock, A Toast to Your Success. I want to say this is from a paper pumpkin. Super cute from Joanne. Love it. And then this one is from Suzanne Raditz with that beautiful A Splendid Day designer series paper and the Splendid Stems dies and the stamp set that goes with that. This is the one that I sent a project sheet out for today. And if you check your inbox, you should have that. If you didn't get it, please email me. If you signed up for the project sheets and you're not getting them, shoot me an email, Susan at SueStampfield.com, and I'll get it sorted. Sometimes there is a little hiccup on the end on my mailing provider's end where they think you don't want them, and so we have to get that cleared up. So shoot me an email if you're not getting those project sheets. But this beautiful card was from Suzanne. Absolutely gorgeous. Wouldn't that be beautiful for a wedding? These are, I think, let me measure them. They're 1.5 inch squares down the sides here. So super, super cool. So that is all I got tonight. We went a little over the owl. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, wow on that triple easel card, right? I have a whole bunch more cards that they've gifted me. Where the heck is my camera? Hold on, I'll figure it out. There we go. A whole bunch of other cards that they gifted me. Plus, I've got swap cards from the leadership conference. So in my next few videos, I'll just be sharing a few every time so that we can have lots of inspiration, right? I always love having creative inspiration. Swap cards are something I get a lot of ideas from. And so I love getting them and I love sharing them. So, right, Darcy, that Jennifer's Fun Fold card would be a great way to use designer paper. If you have excess designer paper and you like both sides, then that is a great way to show those off. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you are well. Stay well, be well. I'll look forward to creating with you very soon. Again, the Crafternoon tutorial bundle by the end of the week. That's my goal. We'll get that out. So if you subscribe to my blog, let me pop that up one more time. So not only can you get the free project sheets by going to SueStampfield.com and clicking subscribe, you can also subscribe to my blog. My blog is where the tutorial bundles first go up. So I have pictures of all the cards there and information on the tutorial bundle. Take care, everyone. Have a great night, and I look forward to creating with you next Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Central. See you then. Bye-bye.